But really, what we're working towards as of right now is War Games. I don't know if everybody has seen the poster that is out there for War Games. I don't even know if it's true, but honestly, I believe it for the fact that there are two things. When you look at the poster and the bottom line of the poster, the middle is an ad for Netflix and ESPN. It has both of those logos, but on the left-hand side, it has the San Diego City logo that I think they put on there, and the other one is for Petco Park. I think if somebody was making their own um fan-made poster or something like that, I don't think they would have added those little pieces in there. And I think that more than likely WWE is trying to, I don't know even where these pay-per-view posters go. Because if you remember when pay-per-view posters first got made, it was WWE or WCW, even ECW, mailing posters to the cable people to actually hang up inside of the cable businesses to kind of advertise their show for people that came in to sign up for cable, to pay their cable bill. They see a freaking WrestleMania poster and they're like, hey, need to get WrestleMania. Let's go. But as of right now, we got Team WWE. It is LA Knight, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and John Cena as a team going up against Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre. I can tell you this much. I can see these baby faces working together. I can see them making a team. I know that LA Knight and CM Punk, they've got some beef. They've got some problems, but I think that Seth Rollins is on the other side. And I think that both of these guys, even though they wanted to beat each other to beat up Rollins, they both know they have a chance to get Rollins inside of War Games, inside of the cell. I think they're going to be good, and I think they're going to play well together. Biggest storyline of last year's War Games was Roman Reigns having to ask CM Punk to join his team. I don't want to say that everything is buried between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, because you got to remember that even though Seth walked out with Paul Heyman, we've never really got an answer to Paul Heyman leaving Roman Reigns. And even though it was because of a favor, Paul Heyman left Roman Reigns to be with CM Punk that night, even though they both ended up getting laid out at WrestleMania. They both got laid out at the Raw after WrestleMania. The storyline I thought was going to be coming out of WrestleMania was Punk and Roman having to team together to take down the Vision. I thought that's why they put Rollins with Reed, so we could have this tag team going on. We never really get to see them work together. This is the first time we're going to see them as a team since last year, so I want to see what's going on with there. Cody can make it work with anybody. That's the God's honest truth. Cody is probably the best friend of everybody in the backstage locker room, and John Cena is going to be there because I'm hoping that he's going to want revenge against Brock Lesnar, because I've already told you early on in the stream that I think Brock's showing up to Crown Jewel. Brock is going to attack Cena during the AJ match, ruining the dream match scenario that Cena asked for against AJ Styles, and I don't think we're going to get a finish inside of that match. Let's see here. So the heels, the only question mark in this, honestly, is Drew McIntyre. And I think this is like the second time that McIntyre has fit into a War Games where he's kind of like the fifth wheel, that he's not really along with everybody, but like he's just, we're bad guys. We're gonna work together and we're gonna take out the good guys. Because even though it's kind of been scaled down a little bit, my favorite thing about Drew McIntyre is that he doesn't think that he's a bad guy. He thinks that everybody else is the problem and that he's the only normal guy running around. I don't know what I think of this. Like, I think this is a well-stacked War Games. I remember that like the night after the Royal Rumble, I was saying we are going to have the world's best elimination chamber that we have ever had. When I look at this on paper, I think this might be one of the best War Games since early WCW. God's honest truth. I think it's the best WWE version of War Games, but is it too good to be true? Because of the fact that Jey Uso is one of the biggest baby faces and he's not on there. But as we've talked about, what if we go like this and it's not Drew and we get Jey Uso get sucked into the Vision, telling him that they can make him a champion? Not only, if you go back to the very early Vision, they Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, they went to Sami Zayn and they said, if you stay on Monday Night Raw, you will have to fight Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker will end you. If you step down from this match and you go to SmackDown, we will set up that you will be given a championship match against Cody Rhodes for leaving the Raw brand for SmackDown. And that's all you got to do, is you just got to lay down and not have this fight. And of course, that didn't happen. So we know that for some reason, SmackDown owes Seth Rollins, maybe owes Paul Heyman, the Goon, a favor, that maybe if Rollins says, hey, Jey Uso, come to our side for War Games and we'll get you a championship shot over on SmackDown, maybe that's a promise that he would want to be there. But now, at the beginning of WrestlePalooza, Brock Lesnar came down to the ring. And even though Brock came up and ran into Paul Heyman on SmackDown and said, hey, we should talk, it kind of seemed like a surprise to everybody involved when Heyman came running down at WrestlePalooza and said, hey, I'll do the introduction. And I don't even honestly remember, because I was so shocked by the finale of the match. I don't remember if Heyman actually stayed and celebrated with Lesnar at the end of the WrestlePalooza match. So I don't really know if there's a relationship between Brock, Paul Heyman, if Brock even wants to play with Rollins, or if Brock just wants to be his own guy, but he wants to have Heyman there. So I'm pumped for this War Games. I think it's going to be one of the best ones. If I had to pick right now, I think that the babyface side is so stacked with LA Knight, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody, and John, that we would have to have some storyline come out of this, that somebody doesn't play well with the others, that cost them War Games. And I think the Vision wins, because the storyline of the Vision is always to rule Monday Night Raw and take over the world of wrestling. So there we go.